How you doing? This is the guy from Pittsburgh. Well, you know, I want to talk about a few things. First of all, George Noory. George sent me an inbox last night. Bite your tongue, lol. Knew it was all a put-on. And for those of you who are not on Bellgab, here's what I wrote George back. George, despite what you may think, it was not a put-on. I really wanted to interview you so you could once and for all, publicly and on video, could give your side of why you do what you do and address the flubs, mistakes, and other things as well. And I sent you the Bellgab stuff to let you know what they were saying, not out of spite. You asked my opinion on U7. I gave it and presented logical reasons for your network to leave things alone as it was. A bad PR move both for the network and you, but instead all I got was the editorial, we have to protect our rights when many of the programs may well be technically in the public domain. Art gave his implied permission for people to copy the pre-premiere shows. That's a fact. I think you may be so tied to the network's umbilical cord that you can't see the other side of the coin or argument. I'm sorry I won't be doing the interview. I think it'll be good for your image with no softball, we love you, George, quote, unquote, or, quote, you're doing such a great job stuff, quote, but more like 60 Minutes. I would have asked something like this. George, your detractors on Bellgab and around the net denigrate you at every turn. They say you don't prepare, make awful verbal flubs, and are a lazy, just phone-it-in broadcaster who frequently knows little about the subjects you discuss in the air. This interview is for you to address those criticisms in part. How would you address your detractors' points? I'm not a Mike Wallace, but that's the kind of stuff I wanted to ask. No holds barred, draw no quarter, take no prisoner stuff. Why have you dumbed down the show? How would you improve it to deflect the critics? Stuff like that. I'm not anti-Noory, but I am anti-bad programming. You got me riled up. My sending you Bellgab stuff got you pissed off. And Bateman says your ellipses are like the supposed Tommy question sent to me. I never knew what the 3 dots were called before, but Herb Can used to use them. I spent time at Herb at his house on Broadway in San Francisco in the 1970s. Take care, 30. Which is a closing mark for old newspapermen to tell somebody the story was over and could be printed. So I got no answer from George on that, much like the 36 different back and forth inboxes, or 46, about the U7 question. And George just, as my girlfriend said, doesn't want to hear anything that doesn't meet with his approval or is critical or disagrees with his worldview. So that's the deal there with George. And my light here. Uh-oh, light isn't working. Well, anyway. Okay, so that's not going to happen. I regret it. George might change his mind. And then there's something else I want to talk about. I'm sorry it's not going to happen, by the way, but so be it. Now, Graham Hancock's going to be there. I'll try to talk to him. Okay, then I want to go on to this other issue. The food policemen out there. The people that tell you what to eat at every turn and what to drink and maybe even tell you what to wear, how to live. They don't like what you say. They don't like what they do, and you do, and they have to bitch about it. And we've got a first lady who tells everybody how to eat. And not only does she tell everybody how to eat, but she's gotten her husband, Barack Obama, to do food standards around lunchrooms, or she's demanded it, to where kids can't bring a peanut butter and jelly sandwich to school because somebody might be allergic to peanut butter and jelly. And they can't share a sandwich for the same reason. Some kid might eat some peanut butter and choke to death. And this is the nanny state we got, where they tell everybody what to do. They tell everybody what to eat. And it's not only privately. You got people on Bellgab, and there's a guy named Dr. Who. And as a change of pace, I posted 3 food videos about what I'm eating. Well, I'm going to eat this here. Partly because he says what I eat is disgusting. All right. Now, that's this. Eating right for healthy living. And it's by Safeway. And I get it because it's cheap and it's fast. And I don't have to stand at my bad foot and cook on my single burner. This is from Safeway. Now it's got 290 calories. And it's the evil spaghetti that he seems to hate, and the evil ground up ground beef. And he says that stuff is frozen death. Processed foods are poison. And it includes all that frozen death from Jimmy Dean, Marie Callender, TGI Fridays. Well, you know, I ate Weight Watchers for years. When I lived in Sacramento, I lost 60 pounds in 2 months. I was drinking orange smoothies with ice, with Slim Fast, eating salads. I got a salad in the refrigerator, which I'll eat after this. I took all the skin off the chicken. I walked, rode my bicycled, sweated in 90 to 100 degree heat, walked 3 miles a day to college, and back when I didn't have a bicycle and couldn't afford the bus. But this guy thinks he can tell me or everybody else, and so does Michelle Obama and her husband what to eat. She even tells her own husband what to eat. He goes out and has to sneak burgers and pizzas because he's got the craving for junk food. Of course, the news reports it all over the place. He's busted immediately, but even he wants to eat junk. He's probably sick and tired of hearing her bitch about, "What are you eating, Barack?" Or whatever she calls him, whatever her pet name is for him. And he goes to pizza parlors and eats. Now, some of that's a photo opportunity, but the poor guy probably sneaks. He's trying to quit smoking. I don't agree with him politically, but he's probably sneaking hamburgers and pizza, and he's got the Secret Service flying him in drones or something, so he can get a snack that isn't a tofu burger or something out of the White House garden. But I really hate these elitists. We got people like the former mayor Bloomberg, who was worried about salt and 16-ounce sodas. And this guy says what I eat is disgusting. You know I'm overweight. I've cut down way big time on junk food. I haven't completely quit because it's hard. The stuff tastes good, at least at first. And I don't buy candy bars anymore. I don't eat a lot of ice cream. I do on occasion. My girlfriend's addicted to Haagen-Dazs. And I wish she'd stop, but she eats Haagen-Dazs like crazy. I eat fruit bars. And I went on the Safeway the other day, and the damn things were $5.49 for the pineapple fruit bars and grape juice bars I like. And I guess they're healthy. I've never looked at the box. But when I was on Weight Watchers, I ate these Weight Watchers chocolate bars. And back then you could weigh everything, and that's why I was weighing everything I ate. Now they changed the program. You need a Connecticut lawyer to figure out how the hell to diet on it. I couldn't. I got all the books in the living room. I can't figure it out. I still have my old Weight Watchers cookbooks after all these years. So I had to go get new ones when I lost my storage. I'm not eating nutritiously because I'm poor. I go and that thing was $1.77 on sale. I know how to make 2 things, actually 3 things, I take that back. I know how to make beef stew in a crock pot, spaghetti with Italian sausages and ground beef, and I drain the ground beef 4 times, and I drain the Italian sausage, and I put bell peppers and tomato sauce and tomato paste and mushrooms and onions. in it. I know how to make chicken soup with mushrooms, some onion, carrot, celery, and egg noodles. That's my repertoire. I can throw a steak in the oven or cook some baked chicken. I don't know how to cook. When I used to work, I didn't have time to cook. I took TV dinners or sandwiches to work. Now, I do eat salad with tuna fish, which has the evil mercury, or chicken. Because eating a salad with tomatoes, carrots, celery, purple onion, red onion, whatever they're called, Bermuda onion. Eating a salad with nothing is kind of boring. And I have celery in there, and I have parsley in there, and I have bell peppers in there. And occasionally I'll throw some sunflower seeds or raisins. But don't tell me what I eat is disgusting. And don't tell other people what they eat is disgusting. It's none of your damn business what we eat. And I said to him, I don't tell you what you eat. And he goes, oh, you have no idea what I eat. How dare you tell anyone what to eat on or offline? You don't like what we eat? Shut the hell up. And I told him tonight on Bellgab, and hello Bellgabbers, I said, the only reason you come on this thread by Falky Thread, the General Muses of Falky 2013, is like many others, you dote on my every word. You watch my every word. You read my every utterance and post. You watch my videos just so you can come into the forum or elsewhere and have something to bitch about. You don't add anything constructively to the content of the forum. You don't add anything constructively to the discussion. I said that I met Bill Shatner in 1968 when he was touring the country promoting his Transformed Man record album. He appeared at the old Emporium in San Francisco, which I miss a lot. It was a great store. And I walked in there, and I go to the newsstand, and by chance, I see Bow and Arrow magazine. And on the cover, who's standing there with a bow and arrow and a dead boar on the cover, and two guys, William Shatner. So I bought 2 copies, one to autograph when I saw him, and one to give him, because I didn't know if he had a copy or not. So I stand in line. I bought the record. He autographed it. He autographed my magazine. He said, hey, where did you get this? I said, it's on the newsstand back there. So I gave him the copy to autograph, and I gave him the other copy. He said, it's great. They haven't sent me a copy. And this guy, this bum, do you really think William Shatner would remember you? Well, you know, I can talk to anybody. I've had dinner with George Takei. I introduced Jimmy Doohan to his wife. And if you don't believe me, I don't give a damn. I know what I did in my life. Because I got all over San Francisco back in the day when I was younger. I've met Leonard Nimoy. I've met Grace Lee Whitney at a comics convention in Oakland, and Yvonne Craig, and 2 guys who were the Peace and Reaction and the Enterprise incident, and I've met Julie Newmar. That's the extent of meeting people from Star Trek. Well, I signed up for a new site. It's called tsu.com tonight. And what they do, they pay you for your social networking. And they link your Facebook page, your Twitter page, your Pinterest page, your it's some kind of photo thing. I can't remember. It's on my iPhone. Hold on. What the hell is that thing called? Even though I don't use it as a phone, I still use it. I can turn it on. And if it will cooperate. Yep, it's out of power. Damn it. Got to plug it in. I'm not got it out of power. I didn't have it on. Anyway, no, it's not Pinterest. It's some kind of photo site. Anyway, unlike Facebook and Twitter, they get paid for every time you update your profile. Sue pays you, and you have to be invited to Sue. So I signed up for that. Well, I clicked on 2 people I wanted to follow, and guess who the 3rd person was that I clicked on to follow? William Shatner. Now, I can talk to anyone. I went to IHOP last night to get the free stack of pancakes for my girlfriend, and sitting there were 3 young girls, and this very pretty young girl in an Oakland A's shirt. I had never seen her before, never talked to her. She said hello to me out of the blue. I'm wearing one of my shirts, wearing my hat, and I guess she saw the hat or the shirt and liked it. I said hello. We talked for a couple minutes. Then I went to my table. She left with her. They gave her food in a takeout tray. Now, this is a total stranger. I'm not hitting up on a teenage girl. But she said hello. People like me. That's why I've got 132 subscribers and 41,000 views. I've got 7 or 8 or 9 websites now posting every one of my videos. People, when I post to Twitter, they favorite my posts. They forward my posts to people. When I post on Google+, they forward my post and favorite them. I'm getting 7, 8, 9 comments a day, and including some from Bellgabbers saying, "Free Art Bell, great video." They're watching my stuff, they're reading my posts, they're looking at my forum, they're looking at my blogs. If you don't like my stuff, get off my thread on Bellgab. I'm not advocating censorship, but having you complain all the time, Doctor Who, is getting a little old. And if you go into that thread, you'll see the video I posted from Star Trek 3. I am tired of you. With Shatner himself. And another thing, this guy commented on my saying how wrong I thought it was for Shatner not to show up to Leonard Nimoy's funeral. May he rest in peace. Shatner has the wherewithal to fly from Florida to L.A. and hire a private jet for $30,000 and show up at the funeral. Not because I'm ragging him about it, because it would have been the right thing to do to honor his friend. Now, he said he sent his 2 daughters. Well, that's like having someone stand in when your dad dies for you because you had to be somewhere else. You reschedule it, or you make arrangements to get back as fast as you can. So you honor your friend's memory, and you say, "I'm here for you in debt as in life." That's what you do when you're a friend of 50 years duration. And that's what Shatner didn't do, and he got a lot of social crap from it. But we got people like Greta Van Susteren say, "Get off his back." Greta didn't get it either. Cost is no object. If you've got that kind of money, you fly back as soon as you can once the event's over. And if you got to deal with jet lag for a day or two or however it is, so be it. Leonard's family would have felt it was important for Bill to be there. And this will be an asterisk in Bill Shatner's memory. Shatner didn't show up at his dear friend Leonard Nimoy's funeral. And Doctor Who gave me crap about it. If I were in the same position, I would have been on the plane as soon as I could. Rush Limbaugh himself even wanted to charter a plane for Shatner, but didn't know how to get hold of him. Because he felt, I guess, it looked bad, too, to have Shatner not show up. I'm not the only one that talked about this, but who singled me out? Because I'm a convenient target. Well, who, get back in your TARDIS breath, can get the hell off my forum. Tired of seeing your posts, you complain about my diet, what I eat, saying foods are poison and everything else. I'm not advocating anybody else eat them. I just say, this is what I ate, and I liked it or I didn't like it. That's it. Not making anybody eat this stuff. Where the hell is it? Not making anybody eat this. I ate this because it's what's in the icebox to eat. And when I get down, I got to eat that salad for Monday. If it's still good, I don't know. I got to look. Or no, it's from Tuesday. We went out to a place and I got a whole big thing of salad. It was too much for me to eat. It's got tomatoes, and it's got carrots, and it's got celery, and it's got the green peppers that don't give you death. Oh, and by the way, I saw something last night. Went into Walgreens. And as soon as I get this, I think it was $5. I better have a lot of milk and 7-Up. But I saw this jar of salsa, and I couldn't believe it. Now, they had mild, medium, hot, and I guess they should have labeled this one death. It was the Super Habanero Death Pepper Salsa. So, when I get $5 together, I'm going to go down to that Walgreens. I'm going to get a jar of that. And I'm going to make a hamburger from scratch, or get a turkey burger, stick it in the oven, get a bun, get some tomatoes, get some lettuce, get some cheese, and some purple Bermuda onion. And I will put some of that as my relish or my salsa on my burger, and I'll take a bite of that and see if the guy in Pittsburgh can handle it. They'll probably make my ulcer go into overdrive. And they make, there's this hamburger in, where the hell was it? Idaho, I think, or Iowa. This guy, they had a thing on Fox about it. This guy makes this hamburger with this stuff on it. And he puts habanero relish mixed with all this other stuff on it. Then he builds a sauce on top of it. Then he puts alcohol on it, sets it on fire. And he wants to make a thing with a salad and French fries. And it's all got habanero. And he wants to invite Jimmy Kimmel on to eat it. Well, if I had the way to go to Idaho or Iowa, wherever this place was, I'd go and do that on YouTube. Because he got the camera right there. They had the lady on Fox do it. She was able to take 2 bites and couldn't eat anymore. That's how hot this stuff was. But part of this, going back to the food police for a minute, and then I'll be done. People telling you what to eat, it's all about control. It's not always about diet or nutrition. We got a lot of fat people in this country, other than me. We got a lot of fat kids in this country. I saw a kid at Wendy's. The kid was about 9 years old. He must have weighed 250 pounds. That's sad. But the part of that is the parents. But we got a government telling parents how to feed their kids, and that's wrong. It's the busybody national government and the busybody governors and the busybody mayors telling people what to do with their lives. It takes away free will and free choice and becomes government by fiat, government by nanny state. And that's my objection to government officials and first ladies telling people how to eat. And my friend Area 51 Drone is ticked about the fact that his kids can't take peanut butter and jelly to school. And he told me that on the phone. And hi, Drone. How dare they tell me how I can feed my children who like peanut butter and jelly, and I can't give them what they want. And when the parents can't feed their kids because some school district decides, because Michelle Obama decides that they can't have a peanut butter and jelly sandwich, it's time for things to change. Just like it's time for things to change in 2016, and we get a new president who won't be messing in everybody's lives. And like one thing he's doing now, he wants to take away AR-15 ammunition from hunters. Because he says, well, I can't go after the guns, but I can take all the ammunition away. And there's ammo shortages out there because the government's been buying it all up. We need less intrusion in our lives by government and by people. Let us live our lives. I'm going to do everything I can in this year to lose weight and to get healthier. But it's real hard to do on, I think what the hell I make every month. 4, let's see, 9, 7, 1, and 9, 2, 7. On $714 a month after I pay the rent. Now, I got to say one last tiny bit of thing here. I got to sign up with a thing called Freedom. It's a YouTube associate. I'm now getting a little bit of monthly income from that. I'm getting a little bit of monthly income from YouTube. And I'm getting close to where eventually I'll pay for my internet bill, which is the whole purpose of, other than having fun, for doing these videos and informing people and talking about issues. I started doing these things in the first place. And I got somebody out there saying, well, you should worry about your bills rather than having fun. If you don't have any fun in life, what's the point of living? You become miserable when you want to die. And I got a dear friend, Maroney. He's 75, and he talks about death all the time, and it's morbid and it's sad. I love him dearly, but he's already worried about checking out. I'm not worried about checking out. I'm worried about what to do in the here and now. Doing these videos is fun. talking about Noory or Art Bell or the Steelers, or giving my football picks, or the weather, or aliens, or Slender Man is fun. And that video has got over 300 views. And some guy telling me it's a fictional character. Yeah, but little kids are killing each other over it. So when a fictional character makes kids go crazy, then you got to start paying attention. It's not just fiction anymore. It becomes some kind of strange fact. All right, I've talked too much on this, but I'm tired of guys telling me what to do with my life. I've been short of money because I ran out of money several times since October when I got overdrawn my bank account because Wells Fargo told me the wrong thing about how bill pay works, and I spent too much money. All right, this is the guy from Pittsburgh. Free Art Bell, Free Art Bell's Bumper Note Music, Free Coast to Coast AM, Freetheduck, and maybe fire George Noory, but I'm only half serious about that. But, you know, he and I are on the outs, so he'll probably see this video. And if that was really Tommy, have Tommy send me an email of his own email account, not use George's, George. If Tommy doesn't like my videos, or ask about, do I like it when people pirate my videos? I don't care if they copy my videos as long as they don't edit them to make me look bad. Okay, have a great morning. I hope you're staying warm back there. Hello to Justin. The books are on their way. And Drone, if you give me your address, I'll send you some paranormal books in May. And I'm going to have a special thing on this channel. I will give away a paranormal book and then on the 1st of May, or 1st of April, before I go get my new camera and before I get the money to go to the function that Dory's going to be at. That will be my prize. You tell me in 25 words or less why you want the paranormal work I'm giving away, and I'll mail it to you. And I'll have to have your email address and your mailing address. Okay, have a great day. Stay warm. Be careful out there because there's snow all over the place back east. I talked to a company in Virginia. I talked to Toronto today. And there's snow on the ground there, but no snow. And Pittsburgh's getting 6 to 12 inches. So Jimmy and Brigetta and my relatives, stay warm, be careful in the Berg. I'll catch you next time. Bye-bye.